Hello. Today in this presentation we will be answering the question of will ski resorts in the French Alps still exist in 30 years' time? We will look closer at reduced snowfall and shorter ski seasons, the average snow depth, glacier retreat, environmental impacts, economic consequences, social implications, solutions, and finally a conclusion of whether ski resorts will still exist in 30 years. An increase in global atmospheric temperatures impacts snowmelt and the retreat of glaciers in ski resorts in many ways.
Firstly, we are going to be looking at reduced snowfall and shorter ski seasons. In the French Alps, the duration of snow cover is 36 days shorter, and by 2050, ski seasons are set to be reduced by 14 to 33 days. A reduction in snowfall directly affects the quality of skiing conditions, which can result in decreased visitor numbers and revenue for ski resorts, as many jobs are seasonal and income relies on tourism. This has reduced the availability of summer skiing and snowboarding opportunities in high-altitude resorts, further impacting shorter ski seasons, which we will allude to later on.
As you can see from the graph, the average snow depth has gradually decreased from 2018 to 2022, and there has been more fluctuations in average snow depth, therefore resulting in a less reliable and consistent ski season for those visiting the French Alps.
Atmospheric temperatures are causing a glacier retreat. As you can see in the photos, rising temperatures accelerate the melting of glaciers, which are a major source of water for snowmaking and contribute to stream flow during the summer months. This reduced snow cover again will affect the quality and quantity of snow on ski slopes.
The retreating of glaciers and reduced snow cover has various environmental impacts, such as changes in alpine ecosystems, loss of habitat for wildlife, and increased risk of natural hazards such as landslides, rockfalls, and glacial lake outburst floods, as you can see from the diagram.
There are also economic consequences, as ski resorts rely on winter tourism for revenue, employment, and local economic development. This means shorter ski seasons lead to decreased visitor numbers, job losses, and economic hardship for the local communities dependent on tourism. Uncertainty surrounding future snow conditions and long viability of ski resorts may deter investors from making significant investments in infrastructure and development projects, which stagnates development in the area. Tourists may also start to seek alternative ski resorts with much more reliable snow cover, which leads to an increase in competition between resorts for a shrinking market share.
There are social implications, as winter sports include cultural and social traditions for many locals. Climate change affects the social fabric of communities, as these activities decline and so causes loss of identity and sense of place. Making snow also requires a lot of energy, which creates planet warming emissions. A negative of this is that artificial snow is increasingly essential to an industry, pumping over 20 billion a year into ski towns nationwide, which causes increasing temperatures due to energy needed to produce this. A positive is that despite the growing threats, resorts have been dramatically improving efficiency of their snowmaking operations to try outrun rising temperatures.
The solutions to increase the length of ski resorts include snow generators. France is committed to reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 40% from 1990 to 2030. Energy and climate law was adopted in 2019 to achieve carbon neutrality in 2050 by dividing emissions by a factor of 6 or more. Increased research studies on climate change. Alpine Convention is a treaty to protect the natural environment of the Alps and ensure development is sustainable. It aims to balance the needs of local populations and wildlife and proposes actions against climate change. It will provide consistency and reliability by ensuring there is a consistent layer of snow on slopes, reducing dependence on unpredictable weather patterns and ensuring better planning and management for ski resort operations.
Further solutions include: in Chamonix, there have been speed reductions implemented into the town to decrease noise and air pollution. This is vital in sustaining the scenic and environmentally sensitive environment. Introduction of free public transport, including €72 million in train investment in order to further reduce people driving in the area, as well as free electric bike hire, which promotes cycling over driving and encourages sustainable tourism whilst mitigating congestion. Cable cars are being made bigger to reduce the amount of trips and lower overall energy consumption per passenger.
Finally, we have concluded that it is likely ski resorts in the French Alps will still exist in 30 years. However, good snow conditions will be much less reliable, and the snow season will be shorter. This means there will be fewer ski resort locations, which will be more crowded and more expensive. Therefore, ski resorts will exist in smaller quantities, and skiing will be changed permanently. For instance, resorts will increasingly rely on artificial snowmaking to maintain skiable conditions, which changes the nature of the snow. Therefore, you could argue whether skiing in these conditions is worthwhile. Also, many resorts will increase diversification of their offerings to all year-round activities, such as mountain biking, walking, hiking, climbing, water sports, and so although the ski resorts will still exist, they will be significantly changed and reduced by 2054.
Thank you for listening.